Can you tell us why you decided to leave the Satanic Church?
Absolutely. At the 24th, 25th of May, there was a church council meeting, and everybody got together, and we were talking about what would the next steps be to move the church forward. And like, we had these meetings quite often.
So you were strategizing of ways to get more members and kind of bring the message from the church out to more people.
Yeah, it wasn't about members, because the church has, or when I left, had, yeah, this is one of the things I can't really disclose, but they've got enough members throughout the country. Let's put it that way. So they said, we need to do a ritual here, either 8 people, like just the management and the council with you, or why don't you try this by yourself and let us know what you saw? Because I've done that throughout the last 2 years, a lot for the South African Satanic Church.
What is this? To do a ritual to see what?
Well, not a ritual, so this is the part. So it's like, it was doing readings using different methods of divination to see what is the next thing we need to do to get this thing bigger and more. So they said, instead of doing, like, your little cards and blah, 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 why don't you do, there's a ritual, why don't you do that ritual? And I said to them, okay, but that ritual, and because I've read about it and I've studied a lot of the symbols in the ritual and stuff, and I said, that is invoking, that would be me invoking a demonic cluster. A demonic cluster is a group of certain demons that has a certain principality. And I've never done that. I just want to say that as well. So I've never actually worked with demons in rituals, and certainly there's other people who do. I know for a fact. So I was a bit resistant, but I'm like, okay, cool. If this is what we need to do, and if I'm going to benefit from it. So I said, okay, if this benefits me in that way, I'll do it. I will open myself up to the spirit world, to a place that I've never gone, because I've always never felt like I want to go that deep into it, because I have the ability, so why do I need to? But I said, okay, I'll do this ritual. So I started doing the ritual by myself, and I did the first part of it, and then suddenly yeah, he was there, like in front of my face. And
who was there?
Jesus. And because I've never believed in Christ up to that point, and being extremely scientifically minded and an atheist and all of those things, I said, no, like, this is either a demon playing a trick with me, or I am hallucinating. Like, I was scared. I honestly was scared, because I thought, if this is Jesus, I am in trouble. And I said to him, I'm scared. Sorry. And he flooded me with love, with so much love. And I said to him, but I don't believe it. I can't believe this, because I've looked for this my whole life. And he said, well, you've never opened yourself up for it. And I realized, yes, this was the first time I've opened myself up that much to the spiritual world. And I said to him, but what about, like, God? And he said, if you want to talk to God, we can do it. And I was so exhausted. I can't tell you, and I can't quantify it, or I can't tell you this is how long it lasted, or I can't remember. But I remember I was exhausted. I was so drained, and I almost didn't have the energy. And I remember also I fell to the floor because it was too much. The energy in this space was so intense, and that love, and it encompassed like everything. And I remember I got up and I locked up everything at the church building, and I went to my car and I smoked 2 cigarettes, and I drove home. And I kind of like, I was trying, and it was very late at night, and I was trying to like figure this out and reason it out. And I went to bed, and the next morning, I woke up, and you know what? There was a sense of 2 things. I was very at peace, and it's like everything went quiet, like the world went quiet. And I realized that my life, this was the end of May, will never be the same again. The thing that made me very sad is that I saw thousands and thousands of people that would not be helped if I don't do this. People that I have soul agreements with. Do you understand? So when I was involved with Satanism, people were scared to come to me, people that I'm supposed to help. So
They were scared to ask for the help because they were intimidated by you and your beliefs.
Yes. And that's why I left the South African Satanic Church. That's why I resigned.